So I'm back to trying to make some headway towards the east, towards the far east from here. And my first step will be to try to get to the city of Van. That's all the way on the other side of Turkey. I've run into some COVID and Putin shaped obstacles trying to get to Japan. But now I hope I have a bit more luck, although I ran into my first bit of bad luck already. I was trying to take a night train to Ankara, but unfortunately the train was sold out. So I'm now walking towards the Harem bus station. Yeah, that's its actual name, the Harem bus station, to try to take a night bus from there to Ankara and hopefully still catch this train, this night train, or actually day and night train, to Lake Van from there. And then this lake I should be able to cross on a ferry and then arrive to the far eastern Turkish city of Van. So let's go, join me. I love the vibe that some of these really old school looking Turkish bus offices can have. Makes you realize how brutal time can be. I mean, this must have all been new like 20-25 years ago and looks so old school now. Well, good morning. I made it to the huge multi-storied Ankara Central bus station over here. It's absolutely massive. It's really the central hub of all the intercity bus travel in Turkey. And I managed to get a ticket, the last ticket, to the city of Tatvan by train. So this time I managed. Just need to get across Ankara to get to the train station. First, let's get some breakfast. Menemen is a Turkish breakfast dish made of tomatoes, eggs, and in this case also sausages, but they are optional. Of course, they don't have pork sausage in Turkey, so I think this is beef. It's really delicious. The new Ankara train station is over there, but this right here, on this side, is the old station, and that's where my train all the way to Tatvan, about 24 whole hours train ride, is leaving. I think this one down here, this train, might be the one. It's on platform 1 and I know my train is leaving from platform 1 in about 30 minutes. So I'm right in time. I was right, this is the Gölü Expresi from Ankara. A couple of stations in between, all the way to Tatvan. Number 5. Train took a while to get going. We're finally on the move, leaving the outskirts of Ankara here behind me. They always look a bit weird to me also when driving in. Seems like a couple of buildings randomly placed on green hills. Leaving it now. Enjoy the view on the side. Gotten just a discouragingly tiny bit of the way behind me. I had a little nap, had a bit more energy now, and looking out the window really feels like I'm deep in the Anatolian subcontinent. It's really green this time of year. Times I've driven to it before, this would all be orange and yellow in color. Now it's very green and pleasant. Just passed by a cute little old school Turkish village on a hill. We've been here since Ottoman times. Imagine living out here, because all I've seen before were just green rolling hills. Imagine if that's all that surrounds you for who knows how many kilometers. Good morning everyone. The dining car filled once again. This time it's for breakfast. Of course, my fellow passengers have given me some snacks again. This time little Borax cigars. Cheese inside, they're really good. Landscape has changed a bit. It's a bit more rough, a bit less overgrown, less green than it was before. But what hasn't changed is just endless rolling hills that make up the landscape of Anatolia. Got a bit of a delay, a little break from work, and we're sailing along the river, and it's alternating between the tunnels and a beautiful view. This very wide river flowing between giant hills over here. Ah, we're back in the tunnel again.
Хорошо, хорошо.
Очень хорошо.
Очень хорошо.
Riding close to the shores of a giant reservoir. In the back there, just a bit back, I saw a giant dam. It seems to be pretty high in the mountains. You can see the snow-topped peaks in the back. Getting really close to Tatvan town on this side, the west side of Lake Van. The landscape has changed a lot. It's turned into flat plains surrounded by hills in the distance. We're getting close, I hope. We'll be there at least within an hour. It's been almost 30 hours on this train. I got in yesterday around 11, and right now it's 4. Right there's the town, Tatvan, and finally we're seeing the blue Lake Van, the west side of Lake Van still. This is it. This is what I came all the way from Istanbul for. Looks so incredibly blue. So I finally arrived in the town of Tatvan, out of this train that was my home for well over 24 hours. See snow-topped mountains, back in the lake somewhere in that direction. Can't see it from the train station. I'll get there soon enough. Got Erdogan posted up there. You don't see that anywhere in Istanbul. You only see pictures of Ataturk. Don't like Erdogan there very much. It's the main street of Tatvan over here. Goes pretty much in a straight line towards the mountains in the distance. Should try to find a hotel because there's no ferry going today anymore. Ooh, finally a bed. It's not on wheels, but I'll stay here. And from here, from my window, a lovely view of the lake over there. Look at that. I'm checked in now, so I'm gonna go down and have a look what the lake is like up close. Let's go. There we are, finally at the shore of Lake Van. You can see the water is actually quite clear. In the distance you can see the snowy peaks and the lights, the highway and of the city. Sunset, very beautiful. People having tea over here. And one thing I found quite funny, right here they've just got a couple of rifles laying around, and over there there's a row of balloons they can pop with those rifles. I guess there's some guy around charging for this, but I don't see him around now. But he just left the rifles laying on the table over there. In the distance the lake just disappears over the horizon, just like with the sea. It's one of the biggest lakes in the world, as far as the eye can see, literally. Well, I had a good night's sleep, the first night's sleep in a long time, and I've had my own room all to myself. And I finished work for the whole week. So here I am, over there. In the distance you can see the ferry. Now I got one of the guys that works at the hotel. He called the ferry station for me to ask, when does the ferry go? I didn't get an answer of when the ferry goes. Just the answer was maybe go, maybe no go. So I'm going to check to find out if the ferry is go. Let's walk along, shore the lake for a bit, and I'll get to the ferry station. Just look at all the mountains around. It's so pretty around here. Unfortunately, we will not have a ferry today. I talked to a guy at the ferry station. I made him put something in the Google Translate box on my phone, and I wrote something back. And he told me I should be there at 8 tomorrow, but I heard the word Inshallah, which means if God wills it. So I don't think he's exactly sure if there'll be a ferry tomorrow either. But we'll see. I'll give it one more chance. And if not, I'll just take the bus across, I guess. Well, I've managed to wake up in time. The guy was right yesterday. Should be able to catch the ferry around 8 today. Should be just over there. So it's already 8:15, or a bit later even. And the boat is still maybe going. I don't know what's going on. I see a couple of boats still right there in the distance. And maybe one of them will go today, who knows. Well, unfortunately, I've just been told there's not going to be any ferry today. By the way, look at the passageway here. It's so small they've had to put up a sign to keep your social distancing back in the COVID times. Anyway, I'm going to try to find another way to Van. Maybe a bus. Ideally, I would find a very small bus so I can tell everyone that I took a van to Van. Anyway, I'm going to the bus station, see what I can find. So I did actually manage to catch a van, this one right here, to Van. So in a moment I'm going to be inside the van, inside of Van. I'm going to be in Ven, if you will. All the way to Turkey. I finally made it into city of Van. I'm still inside the van, inside of Van. So I'm looking forward to seeing a bit of this city. It's been a very, very long trip. Got out of the van and into the city. And this place in Turkey is very much known for its breakfast. So I ordered, well, a one-person breakfast, but this huge table is what I got. There's a lot to unpack here. We've got menemen, the egg dish, and cheese, more cheese, more cheese. These are a bit spicy. Vegetables, bread. I'm not sure what that is. These two I'm supposed to mix. These two as well, and these two. There's olives. Some other mysterious breakfast dish, and of course some tea to go with it. Back there on the wall you can see a certificate of participation in a world record attempt. The biggest breakfast in the world served here in the city of Van. Seems to be that a big risk of coming to Van is taking a huge breakfast in the late morning and then falling asleep and missing most of your day. That's what happened to me today and yesterday. Well, now I've gone to the park in the late afternoon. I just walked by, you can still hear it. Some festivity, I think it's going to be some kind of wedding. And just ahead there is the Van Castle. Up the hill, you should have a great view of Lake Van up there. It's a cool place to climb around with a beautiful view. Apparently this is the old town of Van. I don't know the story behind it, why it was abandoned at some point and why only a few buildings are still standing. I can barely keep sight of the path because two suns are shining on me, one from the sky and one from the lake. I mean, it's not very easy to get into the castle, but then again, that's kind of the point. I've made it. I climbed to the top of the Van Castle with this lovely yet very scary view over the old town of Van, as well as the lake itself, Van Lake, in the distance with a beautiful sunset. The sun is just setting into the lake in the back there. That was some trip all across Turkey, over 1500 kilometers by bus, by rail and by van in the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll stay here in Van for a while and I'll see you for the next one.